Howdy, hi. We're in Don't Starve, quite obviously. I watched the live stream yesterday. It's like 5 in the morning the following day. And I actually had to set an alarm to get up at noon to do it, so my whole time sense has been off and there was some other stuff I had to get done. One of the very interesting things about it, though, was that now that's just, I don't have any challenge games in here. This is Maxwell's World. This is Wilson's World. Now the interesting thing, not this one, this is just crap. Okay. That one up there is Wilson's World. Now this one is going to be the new Wilson's World. When I did a thing to find out what person people would like to see, what character, I'm going to turn sound down a bit for right here. I think it might be alright once we get in game, but for some reason games just go off the hook when they first start out as far as noise level. Alright, this is, what I'm going to do is put Wilson's World on the shelf. I want Long Summer because that's what I prefer to play. I'm tempted to do more deer clops since there are no deer clops in my worlds. For whatever reason, Clay decided to do that. I'm not doing anything with lightning. I'm not doing anything, I think, with any other element in the game. It's just a basic vanilla sandbox like I normally run. The problem with Wilson's World as it exists now is there's no that if you watch the live stream, you know they talked about they put an opening to the bunny world, the bunny kingdom, the caverns. That's what I do, just long summer, all right? They put one in every world after launch. So Wilson's World, let's call it Wilson 1, was pre-launch. So I think, pardon me, I think they finally managed to kill Wilson's World. I'm going to have to drink some soda here, so I'm going to have to pause. Time is of the utmost at first, and actually it's no big deal, but I just woke up and I kind of thought about this quite a bit yesterday about what to do, and I can't think of anything else to do. Wilson's World still exists. The save's still there. I've got a free one for challenge, free slot for challenges. Maxwell still exists, but this will be New Wilson or Wilson 2 or whatever. I'm not awake enough to figure out how you run, and this will take over because there's no door to the Bunny Kingdom in Wilson's World, the old one. So what we need to do is find and off and seeds. I don't know. Seeds are kind of a moot point anymore, and they don't have enough. The last time I checked, I haven't checked recently. They didn't have enough food or healing value to really be matter. The first thing you really want to do when you get into a new world is you've got to find flint and grass. Well, you know what? I could have done a default world. Shit, should I do a default world? That'd be a lot easier. It'd save a lot of time. Huh. I've heard default worlds have a lot more spiders, though. Because what it's supposed to do is put you into the mid-game experience, and I'm quite capable of gathering rocks and grass and trees and stuff. Maybe. Now, if you cannot find flint, you can get through the first night on torches if you have to. So it's not like the end of the world. You come into the game, you can build a pick, you can build, I think, traps, you can build the axe. And the normal run of events is to grab sticks and flint and make an axe, but you have to have grassland. You have to have rockland or grassland to find flint. And here's our grassland. It used to be you would start out in grassland, and anymore they do that joke grassland. And 12 flowers for a garland's a good idea. Sanity becomes an issue, and there's no point in making it an issue sooner than it has to be. Anyway, like I said, if you don't do 2 torches, the traditional way to get through the first night was to build a fire. And to do that, you need grass and wood. So obviously you have to have an axe. And we need, I think, 2 more pieces of flint for the pick. Now, normally Savannah, that's the yellow stuff. And if you want to skip through this, feel free. But, you know, I still get, and probably always will get, people saying, oh, wow, you're starting a new game. Great, I'll get some hints. So, hell with it. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and why throughout. Now, I have heard that if you burn that grass, the frogs don't spawn. But I did it in one of the challenge worlds, and maybe it was just because of that, or maybe my game was bugged, but my frogs seemed to keep spawning. And I didn't test it because I had like 80 tall birds in my rear end trying to eat my face. And, but I'd be... Anything, sometimes you get hints and stuff, and until you actually do them, don't count on them. And I'm not saying that's a bad one, I'm just saying I honestly don't know. Because it's one of those that, the ones that are a bit pain are the ones that really make a lot of sense. Like when Deer Clops first came out, when Riptide Pow did the video, he ate the eyeball because it was edible after he killed Deer Clops, and then winter ended. Now it just happened that winter just ended then. There was no other reason for it. But the legend and the rumor was if you ate the eyeball, winter ended. And a bunch of people ate the eyeball and got another Deer Clops and got the crap kicked out of them. So, like I said, the ones that really sound like they make great sense are the tricky ones. But I wouldn't count on, you know, there's certain, I don't know. If you see somebody do it in a video and it works over time and it works more than like once or twice, you know, that makes a lot of sense. If they haven't hit a bug, I've had people hit bugged stuff that, had somebody that was using 2 monster meat in food, and normally that makes monster lasagna, and they were using 2 monster meat in food. And I'm not talking about your recipe, Crazy Paper Mask Dude. I'm talking about a different one. But, they weren't getting monster lasagna. It was coming out fine. And I told them they sent me the comment. I said, well, I've had some kind of problems with stuff. You mind if I go ahead and test it myself? And I didn't get to it right away because that happens. And the guy wrote back to me. He says, I never could duplicate it. He said it worked all day one day and then it never worked again. I said, yeah, well, I certainly appreciate you going back and trying some more to save me the trouble. So, which I did. I did appreciate that. See, I would like that rock, but I don't have a pick. And what I'm working for is the first science machine. You need 1 gold. Those rocks don't have gold in them anymore. They used to, but they don't now. That's another thing is you'll see a lot of, a game like this that was in beta, the length of time it was, there'll be a lot of stuff that's in videos that was before this update or that update and isn't valid any longer. There's still a lot of, well, every video ever made is probably still around. I was going to say, there's videos where people had like 10 or 15 meat effigies, which is a thing that resurrects you if you die. And they made it so each one of those takes some of your life away. I got mixed feelings about stopping. There's more flint. I got bad feelings about stopping. Let's don't. But I kind of like to talk about the and Kevin suggested night exploration, and it's always cracked me up because you can't see a damn thing at night. What you can do is you can go to your map and see what's around you. But if you walk into wasps especially, they will kill you at night. And spiders can. A lot depends on who you are. Oh, and about that, why I'm playing Wilson again. When I played last, when I asked people, what would you like to see me play, the overwhelming choice was Wolfgang and Wilson. So, and always keep an eye on your torch. Once upon, I don't usually put this in because I try not to bitch too much about the games. But once upon a time, torches cost less. They made them cost more with the understanding that they would last all night. Then, while they still cost more, they didn't last all night anymore. They still cost more, and the nights actually got shorter, and they couldn't even last through a short night. So, however, like I said, you know, the game is the game. That's a blue mushroom. Blue mushrooms heal, but there's a sanity hit, and Wiki has all your mushrooms in it. I'm not going to try to run through all 3 mushrooms and their cooked and raw status. I'm bad about leaving torches equipped in the daytime. You shouldn't do that, obviously, because it keeps using them. I don't even have a weapon, do I? Do I have an axe? Shoot, did I use it up? Now, theoretically, if you throw some berries on the ground, he will come eat them no matter... Wait, let's do the flowers. He will come eat them and be hypnotized. Every time I do the damn thing, I just wind up chasing the turkey around all over hell. So... now I've done it in front of him, on top of him, every other way. So... come on, get hypnotized, you bastard. Come on, turkey. Well, hell with you then. There he goes. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen for me. There we go. So whatever I did on the last one, that's the right way to do it. You can also collect 3 of those red mushrooms and put them down. If he eats those, he'll get poisoned. Now, see, we have the problem of we've got too much stuff and no backpack, and that's because we need gold. So I'm going to get this garland. How the hell did we wind up going through the night? We're still at 2. They must have changed that again. Problem is, in my regular games, I don't pay a lot of attention. If I'm not dying or having any problems, I don't watch these meters constantly. But he should have gone down overnight, and there should have been no way for him to recover. So I don't know how the hell he didn't go down overnight. Now, I always advise people when you first start out to collect all the food. You will notice I don't collect all the carrots. If you get in a jam in the winter, it's nice if there's some carrots you're left behind. But early on, it's kind of hard to judge what you might and might not need. So kind of a better policy is to pick everything. Oh, I've got 2 stacks of grass. That's kind of marginal. Now we need 1 more flower. I don't like to pick all the flowers where I think I'm going to make a base, because your bees need them for honey, and it really jacks it up. If you can plant and catch live butterflies, and this should be open. You can catch live butterflies and plant them as flowers by doing right mouse button over the ground. If you do it over their slot, it'll just kill them. But what do I want to say? Oh, it's just easier if you have the ones you started the game with, if you're going to put... But the odds are I'm not going to be living here. There's a lot of bunnies here. This isn't the worst place. Now, once upon... It's good. It used to be a big deal to site your base around where you'd have a source of poop because of farms, and there's a lot of people that don't even use farms anymore. Wilson's Last World, I think he wound up with a farm. There's just so much other food in the world. Riptide Pal mentioned that in his live stream that he doesn't know very many people that are starving to death. It's more a matter of don't get careless or forget about what you're doing and die. Now, what we still need then is that gold. And I haven't been good about it because I'm not good at talking and doing the map. But what you want to be, if you can search out some of your map and get a feel for it early on, that's a good idea too. Uh, Theoretically, the savanna is where the beefalo is, and are at first. They'll drift later. I've said many times in videos I've never yet found beefalo in the savanna where I started, and I still never have. Not next to the one where I started. But and I've had somebody actually send me a video of him finding it in a savanna. Now I did not say there are never beefalo in the savanna where you start. I'm saying I have never found them, which is a totally different thing. So now woods are generally more likely. That's that brown crap that looks like hell. Woods are more likely to have spiders in them, so you might want to be careful exploring them, especially at night. Uh, until you get armor and a spear, it's a darn good idea to run for most things. And any of those can be a wasp nest. You'll recognize them. They're kind of, I don't know what they look like a wasp nest, actually, kind of standing on end. And they will just kill the dog out of you, especially if you don't have your armor yet. If you have your armor, you can fight them and kill them, but the thing is, other wasps will come from other nests and keep coming and coming and coming. So you need to be really well aware of how many wasp nests you're dealing with before you start that process. Or, like I said, be willing to run. A lot of people die just because they don't run away. It's like, run away. It's an odd little world. I hope it's bigger than I think it is. All right, we have 40 in our first pile of grass and 40 in our sticks, so I'm going to stop gathering both of those. We haven't used any wood. We'll use that to cook our food tonight. And what we need is boulders like those ones we've seen with gold streaks in them.